Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 13 of XCom 2. We really need to start trying to get on with things so that we can get some progress made towards the actual campaign, because the aliens are getting quite a lot of progress towards the Avatar project, and the fact that we've only got 3 contacts is going to be a bit of a problem. We are going to need to build the communication center. We are building another power relay. At some point we should also probably excavate this this one down here, this power coil, just so that we can build another power relay down there just to get a lot more power to the rest of the base. We do have an engineer in the Advanced Warfare Center. We are healing people up. How many people do we have injured and how long are they going to be injured for? There's a few. There's enough for me to want to make sure that we get people back on their feet quite quickly. So I'm going to leave that engineer there doing good work for now. We don't have an awful lot of supplies. Is it possible that we could construct anything in the proving grounds? We are working on another experimental grenade right now, which is fine. Let's have a look at the event queue down here. We are researching magnetic weapons. That's still going to take 8 days, which is a little bit annoying. Quite some time before we get a supply drop. So yeah, I guess we are just going to pass by some time. So we could go and investigate to get some intel. Yeah, we do want to make contact. We've got 2 places over here that we just cannot get to. We have made contact with Brazil, but we need to get over here, and we also need to get over to Western Europe, which we can't do until we've made contact with the Eastern US. So I guess we're probably going to be aiming for West Africa first, but again, without being able to take an extra contact, that is going to be difficult. Still haven't even completed the Skulljack yet. So we should probably do that. What's the bonus we get from North America? All GTS tactic costs reduced by a further 50%. Oh, Guerrilla Tactics School cost. Ah, that's quite cool. Make sure to install radio relays on the continent to receive this bonus. We've already got one. Well, anyway, we can't do anything else, so I guess we'll just go and start working on the intel. Hopefully it'll give a chance for some of our troops to come back from being injured. I find it highly unlikely that we're going to get the magnetic weapons before we get the next mission. Gas grenade. Fast-acting toxin allows the gas grenade to deal damage over a much larger area than our standard frag grenade. Any organic units caught in the blast radius will suffer the additional debilitating effects of poison over an extended period of time. That's quite nice. So it's got better range than a frag grenade. Okay, so what else could we build then? That was the proving ground. So nothing in the build queue right now. What else could we go for? We still need to build the Skulljack. We don't have the supplies. Battlefield medicine. We don't have 2 Viper corpses. Now what does that give us? Number of enzymes that could be used in medikits, greatly improving the coagulation at wound sites. So it improves our medkits. Blue screen protocol. Experimental ammo. We could go for another type of experimental ammo, I suppose. We've got the Illyrium cores. Let's go and do that. It helps to keep the proving ground busy, so we might as well do that. Again, I'm not really going to... Once that power relay is complete, I might move that engineer into here just to finish clearing the machinery a little more quickly before we move down into the power coil. So let's go back to the geoscape. And what are we going to get? Power relay is going to be completed very soon. There we go. So we could also upgrade these if we wanted to. So we've got another power relay done. What we're going to do is assign our engineer here. And then we should have that cleared a bit more quickly. 7 days. And then we can start to construct our... I can't even remember what the facility is called, but we'll construct the facility that allows us to have more contacts. Let's have a quick look in the armory now. Did we get anybody back yet? We've probably got a few. There's a couple of people who are going to be wounded for another sort of 3 to 4 days. That's not too bad. What else did I want to have a look at? There was something specific that I wanted to check. We can't really afford to get any of our recruits in at the moment because we are all out of money. So I guess it's just back to the geoscape again. Having the intel's great, but we can't really spend it. There is Stephen Clements promoted to a Grenadier, which is what we were aiming for. We won't bother doing any upgrades just yet. Do we have anyone else that we could train up? We do. We have a couple of people. What else would we like to get? Let's go and work on some more... Let's have another sharpshooter, because I think we've only got 3. Might as well keep everybody busy. And back to the geoscape again. 4 days before we finish this. Just constantly getting interrupted. There we go. A lot of people just suddenly recovered from their wounds. And we've gained some intel. We'll fly back to the Resistance HQ. So, I think what we'll do now... I think that's everybody healed up. I think everybody's out of the med bay. Just going to double check that in the armory. View soldiers. Got a couple of people who are shaken, but that is fine. Not a problem there. So that means we can take you out of there. And we now have a spare engineer to remove this power coil. So let's go and start excavating this. Free engineer, excavate. It's going to take a while, 30 days, but we'll be able to move somebody down there when it's done. That'll probably be another power coil. I've recently found out with these power coils, there's 2 things you can do with them. You can either build a power relay on top of it, and it says it greatly improves its power output. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you exactly how much it improves its power output by. Or you can build any other facility on top of it, and that facility does not cost any power, which could be quite useful. But I think all facilities cost 3 power anyway, so it might come a point where we end up overbuilding and then get rid of a power relay and build something else in its place if we have time later on and the resources. Who knows if that's ever going to be a thing. And we might not even manage to successfully complete this campaign, but we'll do what we can. We don't really have anything else we can do. That is the problem right now. I'd love to go off and do one of these missions, but they are both locked. We could go to the black market, but I don't really see the point. While we are here, well, we don't even have... If we had like 5 more supplies, we could go for rapid construction. But we can't even afford to do that, so I guess we are just scanning through until we get a mission.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander.
Well, we've got magnetic weapons, which is quite nice. We will need to assign...
These weapons are a lot like the early railgun prototypes. They fire projectiles at extremely high velocity.
Okay, so we do have better weapons. Unfortunately, we don't have any resources to buy any. Also allows us to... so we've got the shard gun. So the magnetic rifle is like the normal rifle that rookies and the specialists use. The shard gun is the shotgun that the rangers use. The mag pistol is the pistol that the snipers use. And the Gauss weapons is to create the cannon for the grenadiers and the sniper rifle for the sharpshooters. So there's the mag pistol, there's the shard gun, there's the magnetic rifle. What do we want to work on now? Alien encryption. Gauss weapons, muton autopsy. All of these are going to be 5 days. What does this do? Let's do the muton autopsy.
Central Officer Bradford has personally substantiated claims that the massive frontline unit they call the muton was actually at one time even larger than the specimen I have before me today. As it is, the creature is abnormally warm to the touch for a corpse, and I must say, it is quite disconcerting.
I don't know whether I'm just getting a sense of deja vu, but I'm sure that I've seen that now like 4 times, and I've only been watching like one other person's playthrough of this, so I'm not too sure what is going on there. So the question is, could we go and sell some stuff? Could we go to the black market and sell anything? Just to get those weapon upgrades.
Market is open.
So, let's see what we could sell. What do we have a lot of alien alloys. We probably want to keep them. Stun Lancer corpses. We're not going to get very much, whatever we could sell. Autoload of faceless corpses, Illyrium cores, sectoid corpses, Illyrium crystals. I really don't want to have to sell an awful lot. We're probably not going to be able to sell enough of anything to make any decent money. Let's take that down to 8. We want to keep the trooper corpse, keep the officer corpses. Illyrium cores I really don't want to sell. I mean, I know we do pick them up relatively quickly, but that'll only give us a total of 71. It's still not a lot. We'll sell what we've got. That gives us 59. Now, I instantly know that's not going to be enough to upgrade any of our weapons. We need some supplies. We need some sort of mission that's going to give us supplies. And, well, our sharpshooter is now fully trained. So, we've got one more person we can grab. So, we want to go into the Guerrilla Tactics School. And our final person is going to be... I think we'll have another specialist. So we'll work on that. Game's not been very forthcoming with the missions so far. Hopefully the one we get will be a good one. Supply raid, this is what we wanted. Okay, well, launch mission.
Course for Sector 3, Brazil.
Now we know we have to be careful with these because we don't want to accidentally destroy the supplies. And we have a full squad. So who have we got here? We don't need to have 2 sharpshooters. I will definitely come along. We will bring Afro on this one, I think. We'll bring Azumo. Shadowhawk, should we swap him up now with one of our other grenadiers? Because it would be nice to possibly get somebody else along and leveled up. Because we've got quite a few corporals. We could bring Marbs. He is shaken. This should be a relatively milk run mission. So it might not be a bad idea to bring Marbs. So we've got a sharpshooter. We've got a ranger. We could have 2 grenadiers. And I guess having 2 grenadiers isn't a bad idea. Just for the extra grenades. I think we will actually bring Shadowhawk along. So, Shadowhawk is going to bring his normal grenade and an acid grenade. Do we have anything extra that you can bring along in a utility slot? No, we kind of need to get more utility items. Marbazir, I think, is going to bring along our new gas grenade, because that might be useful. Who has a medkit? We've given that to Azumo, which you shouldn't really have because you're not the medic type. Do we actually have a medic? What about you? I can't remember what your abilities are. Are you a combat hacker or are you a medic? Soldier abilities. You are a medic. Okay, fine. You've got revival protocol. So you are definitely the one. Do we actually have any better specialists? Literally is just you. You're the most promoted one that we've got. Okay, so you're going to be taking the medkit. And nobody has the flashbang. You have the flashbang. Should you have the flashbang? Or should I have the flashbang? I should probably have the flashbang. You have a frag grenade. Let's just go and make utility items available, actually. Just to make sure there's no funny business going on here. So I will take the flashbang grenade. Does that say we have spare medkits? If we have a spare medkit, then we might as well give one to Azumo. And there probably isn't anything else that we can give out to anybody. No, we'll have to get some more ammo types and stuff like that. But I think that's a good team to start this mission. Let's go get us some supplies.
Sky Ranger deployed.
We're in the pipe. 5x5.
Who knows what kind of nasty stuff we're going to get on this mission.
We've got a lead on a disabled Advent train that was hit by resistance operatives working in this area. There's still the potential to recover valuable technology here, so we're moving to capture whatever we can. We'll need to secure the area and remove any hostile forces still defending the train if we're going to make this work.
Now, I think the last time I did one of these, it didn't actually have a turn limit on it, which is good, because I like the ones that don't have turn limits on. They're kind of rare these days.
Menace 1-5. Coordinates of the advent train are locked in. Move to secure. Eliminate all hostiles.
Well, we start concealed, and as far as I can tell, there is no turn limit. We are up against the zone wall on this side. There's the zone wall on that side. We're quite far away from the zone wall on this side, so we are kind of almost sort of in one corner of the map. There's actually some supplies in this train, which means we might be actually quite close to the stuff that we need. So let's start by moving forwards and seeing if we can find anything. Again, I don't think there's any real need to rush on these particular missions. It's just setting people up into a decent position. Trying to get up on high with you could be very risky because there could be somebody around to spot us. No cover up there either, of course, which is also very problematic. Not a huge amount of high cover either. Marbs, you move up to this side of the train. So we're just trying to sort of check in all directions. Now you have scanning protocol, which is going to be very useful for us. So let us move up to... You don't have a lot of options for good cover, do you? Let's move up here with Azumo. And we'll just fire off our scanning protocol. Okay, we've got a group of 3 over there. One looked like a... Oh, hang on. Yeah, one looked like a muton. There's definitely a muton there and 2 advent. So we do know that we've got at least one group over on that side, which we've got to be careful of. So I think we'll go and put Afro around behind this tree. We will... I don't like using cars as cover for obvious reasons, but some cover is better than no cover. So I think we'll go and put Shadowhawk around behind the car on that side. And we will just move you forward and put you over here. Now, I don't know if they're going to come towards us or move away from us, so... I like how Foundation Afro's nickname is Top Shelf.
Affirmative, covering now.
I like that.
Eyes on the prize. On Overwatch.
Now, they are actually coming towards us. That's good. That gives us a good opportunity to kill these guys off pretty quick. Yeah, they're right out in the open there. That could be really useful. We were almost close to getting flanked, but... Well, not flanked. They did almost get close to us. So who do we want to have on Overwatch? I think we'll probably initiate with Marbazir. They're all close together, so we could just drop an... no, who has the acid grenades, actually? The acid grenades, I think, is Shadowhawk. So we could drop an acid grenade right on top of their head. Marbazir doesn't have any line of sight from there. We'll move you forward 1 tile. You now have line of sight. I'm going to stay in concealment for this one, possibly. Can't really get Azumo anywhere better than where he already is. Not without running into vision. You can only see one of them, which is quite unfortunate from your current position. I guess we could move you over here. It is possible you'll get flanked, but unlikely. So, we'll overwatch with you. I do want to overwatch with Marbs. Azumo's going to overwatch. Now, unfortunately, Afro can only see one of them from there, which is a bit unfortunate, so I am going to have to move him forwards. Let's bring him up to this. It's only half cover, but better than nothing. And we'll put him on Overwatch with his pistol. And Shadowhawk is going to initiate this with a good old-fashioned acid grenade to the face.
This is for you.
Shadowhawk's never actually been Irish, but still, in it goes. That's taken all of the armour off of the... Oh, looks like one of those is actually a shield bearer.
We're visible here.
Yeah, one of them is actually a shield bearer. So hopefully we'll get the drop on that one. They will take some damage from the acid, of course. Well, there's the Advent Trooper down. There is the Muton down. Good job, Marbs. There's the shield bearer down. Good job, Azumo.
Did you see that one? Enemies down.
Couldn't have really wanted a better turn for that one, really. We do need to sort of keep a lookout and see if there are any more units around. So I'm just going to move forwards a little bit just for a better line of sight down the road. Can't see anything. So we'll save there. Of course, now we're no longer in Overwatch, so that instantly means that the aliens are going to start coming our way. I guess most of them are just going to be sort of further along down to where the train is. I'm a little bit worried there might be some that come from the other side. So I am just going to send Marbazir down there to have a little look-see. Marbazir doesn't see anything. It doesn't mean that there isn't anything around there. That's fine. Now I could go and get in on the train here. I am concealed. Although I'd prefer not to get in the train if I can just sort of get next to it. Okay, we don't see anything in the train. No time limit is good though. So let's start moving some people forward. We will make full use of Overwatches. I mean, we could take Afro and put him up on the train. He would have a good line of sight from up there, but I'm just a little bit worried about the lack of any cover. Yeah, there's no cover up there at all. Moving him up there would be silly.
No need to ask twice.
As much as I love high ground, it's not worth giving up cover for. Azumo, I think you can move up to behind this tree. They didn't drop any loot either. And finally we've got Shadowhawk down here, who I suppose can sort of move up behind this barrel. Really have no idea how many aliens are going to be on this map. Could have probably done a round of reloads there, but... Okay, we have a group on the next carriage. There are supplies on the train, so we really want to avoid destroying them if we can. We don't have a line of sight on those guys, but we know they are going to end up coming at some point. So now we know what direction they're in. That's not very good cover for Azumo, so we'll move him there. Everyone else is in relatively good cover. We'll Overwatch Marbazir. Azumo's going to Overwatch. We will Overwatch with Afro. Shadowhawk can Overwatch. Everyone's just going to Overwatch, actually. I'm kind of out in the open here. I could move up here for sort of a better view. It would make the chances of them flanking me relatively low.
That's the equipment we're after. We'll have to do our best to avoid destroying the gear while we secure the area.
And it does give me line of sight on them. Now, obviously, I don't want to start using explosives while they're in there. I'd prefer they came towards us a little bit. Looks like they're actually just going to hang around in the back of the train, which I don't particularly like. So let's do a couple of reloads on people. Give them an opportunity to either come back towards us or to move away from the supplies. We'll reload Marbazir. Marbazir being around the other side there is not ideal positioning, but at least if they come out the back of the train, we'll get to see them. You can actually Overwatch. This is a little bit cheesy. You can reload. And you can... Everybody Overwatch. Right, what are they... They haven't come towards us. That's actually quite worrying. So we are going to have to push up. So let's move forwards with Azumo. Did that trigger them? That was fantastic. I can't see them, but that was enough to trigger them. Fortunately now, Azumo is only in half cover. So we could back up and force them to come to us. They're not really in a position where they are easy to hit. So I'm actually just going to back up with Azumo here. Can't actually see them with Afro, unfortunately. He's a little bit too far away. I could move him over here, but there's a great potential for him getting flanked. I think leaving everybody on Overwatch for a while and just allowing them to try and come towards me is probably the best idea. Because at the moment, Right, I'm still concealed and I'm not flanked, so I can stay there. That's fine. So that Muton's going to come forwards now and obviously set off a load of overwatches. He couldn't see where everybody was, so... Unfortunately, he didn't get hit. He's taking a shot at Azumo, who once again takes damage, because everybody likes to shoot at Azumo. Viper's also taking a shot at Azumo. We've got a crit on him. He's still alive for the time being, but... There is one more Viper. He's actually going around the other side, and Marbazir's getting a reaction shot on him. Unfortunately, Marbazir missed. And now you're gonna try and pull in Marbazir. No, you're shooting at Marbazir and missing. That's fine. Okay. So it's back to my turn now. Unfortunately, Azumo's taking quite a lot of damage. It's a good job he's got a lot of health. I think Azumo is just going to move himself into full cover and heal himself up. So just do a med kit heal on yourself. You do seem to like take all of the fire, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Still no line of sight on anybody with Afro, which is really annoying. Now, Marbazir does have a line of sight on that snake. I'm not convinced he can do an awful lot to him. How big are these gas grenades? Quite large, actually. I'd sooner have him round this side and trying to get rid of these guys, if at all possible. Where can I get him to where he might be safe from that snake and still actually have the opportunity to fire and still be in cover? You can actually get him over here. Let's go and do that. That snake that's around the back is a little bit worrying, but we'll leave it around the back for now and deal with these two bigger problems. So we're going to use our gas grenade, our brand new spanky gas grenade. We can hit both of them, so let's do it. It's not exactly blowing stuff up, Marbs, but that's poisoned them. Took the last of the armour off the Muton, but didn't do an awful lot else on top of that. I'm really, really annoyed that Afro can't do anything there. That's quite bad. Let's cycle through and see who we've got. Shadowhawk probably can't reach from there. You're actually not all that far off. A frag grenade would do more damage than an acid grenade, but unfortunately you're not really close enough to use it. We could move you up. You're only in half cover anyway. You do have some armour. I'm a little bit worried about getting flanked by that snake, of course. So being over here is probably better, because it does give us some protection from the left. Now that might just be enough to reach these guys. That looks like it's going to hit both of them, so we'll take the risk. Burning through our grenades pretty quickly, but we're burning through them to kill aliens. There we go. There's 1 health left on the Viper. Now he might even be immune to the poison. It doesn't look like he's poisoned, so that's going to be problematic. Can anybody else take a shot? You've got aid protocol. Don't have an awful lot of shots left. 55 and 45. I think what we're going to do with you is aid protocol onto... Is it worth aid protocoling on? You're in full cover, you're in full cover, you're in full cover. Let's aid protocol onto Shadowhawk, because he's only in half cover. Let's force them to come towards us. You still actually can take a shot. Or do we want to put you onto Overwatch? We'll put you onto Overwatch. Might be useful for that snake man. We'll also go and put Afro onto Overwatch. And of course I'm going to stay on Overwatch, because they may come around and they may reveal me, but we do have Blade Storm, so if they come too close to me we'll just get a free hit on them. The Muton is poisoned. It's not doing a lot of damage to it, but he's actually firing at our other specialist. He did miss, which is very nice. So the Viper, I assume, is immune to the poison. He's taking a shot and also missing. Gotta love full cover. And of course we've still got that third snake that's on the, well, the third enemy, the snake on the other side. He is doing what now? Using his poison, actually. That's a little bit annoying. He's only poisoned mobs. So that's not too bad. Right, we might be able to do something here. Malbazir has unfortunately panicked. He has gone and taken cover, and he's taking a shot at the Muton and missed. He does have low will. He's shaken, so that will get better. This is the reason we brought him on this mission. So we've still got this rather annoying Viper around here. I'll probably take a shot with Afro, but of course that would only be with his pistol, which wouldn't be great. We can probably hit that. Right. If we can kill these guys by other means, which we probably can. We do have another acid grenade, but that's a big waste to get rid of these guys. You're unfortunately poisoned. We can get you over here, though. It's actually immune to poison. I wonder what makes them immune. Unless it's something to do with the gremlin, I don't know. Okay, so now we can see the snake, and he is flanked. We have an 85% chance to hit, a 40% chance to crit, and of course, it dodged with that stupid mechanic. I think what we want to try and do then is use Afro, because he still doesn't have line of sight on anybody over there, which is weird. Putting Afro here is risky because he is in half cover, but I think maybe using a grenade would be better against this thing. We've got a good chance to hit, but of course everything seems to end up grazing, and it'll only do 3 to 4 damage. So I think we are actually better off using the frag grenade. Obviously we don't want to destroy the train or anything, so we're just going to drop the grenade straight on its face. 3 damage. And it's not in cover, so it will probably move on its turn. It has 3 health left. Unfortunately, I can't get Azumo into a spot where he can actually hit it with his combat protocol, or do I? No, he could hit either of those guys. I think we'll actually do that. I think we'll use combat protocol and get rid of these guys. So if we can kill the one on the left, if we can kill the... well, we do 4 damage now with that upgraded gremlin. That's good to know. So if we can kill that Viper, we've still got Shadowhawk left. The problem with moving Shadowhawk up here is he's not going to have any protection from this side. I can go and kill this thing, of course, with me, but I'd prefer that one to be dead first. Really don't want to waste a grenade on it. We would have a line of sight from there with Shadowhawk, but I have no idea what chance we would have of... Let's try suppressing it. So we'll put it under suppression. And then we are going to literally run over here and shoot this thing in the face. Or do we want to melee it? What's our chance to hit it with melee? 98% on that one. 98% on that one. Let's go ahead and do that.
I'm spotted.
Obviously I'm now revealed. That's fine. We do have the conceal ability again if we need to use it. Well, that was annoying because it actually dodged, but we did stun it, so that was well worth it. So we can finish that off quite easily on the next turn. So it's the aliens go. So we don't have to worry about that Viper. What's the other Viper going to do? Right, here we go. Is he going to actually take an action? He actually took a shot. He got a severe aim penalty, so that's good that he missed. We get obviously return fire because of the suppression. Is he getting a second shot? He actually hit us with poison, or was that the poison that was already there? Marbazir is still panicked. We do have a combat protocol left. It seems like a little bit of a waste, though. Now, can I use one of you guys to shoot him? Or have I got to do it with me? We could go ahead and use the slash, of course, but he's surrounded by poison, so we'd be poisoning ourselves if we attempted that. We can't get a flank on him. Apparently we are already flanking him. Oh, that's that one. 100% chance to kill that one. Well, we knew that would happen. Who else is around here? This is an annoying camera. I guess we could just get Afro to go and kill him. Well, while I'm here, 100% chance to kill it. Let's just go and do that. There's one problem solved.
Enemy down.
I don't know how many other groups there are going to be, so maybe using combat protocol isn't terrible, because maybe it's the only enemy that there is left on the map. We wouldn't have line of sight from there with Afro. We would have line of sight from there. Now, you're only going to get a shot with your pistol. You've got lightning hands, so we actually have 2 shots. Didn't need them. First one was good enough.
It's down.
So you've actually still got a point of movement left, which we can use for an Overwatch. And I think now we just sort of take care of everybody. You're going to hunker down because you're in poison. So just hunker down. Gizmo, you can probably move back over this side. Unfortunately, there's not an awful lot for you in way of cover. So I'm putting a bit of a risk here by leaving him out in the open, but I don't think there's any other alien pods quite close to us. Well, actually, no, we could just dash you into cover. You could have probably done with a reload, but being in cover is better. Azumo, you could really do with a heal, to be honest. Don't mind leaving you at the back here for a turn or two, so let's just go and put you on Overwatch. Because Marbazir is still poisoned. The poison is going away, though. Panic removed. Don't know how long that poison's going to last, so we may need to get on with things on this mission. So let's go ahead and grab me. I'm going to conceal.
I was never here.
And then I can sort of push forwards a bit.
Moving to designated coordinates.
Conceal doesn't cost an action as well, which is really nice. No real cover up here. I could charge forwards to there, but that seems like a really stupid idea, so let's do it.
Enemy patrol on the move.
Okay, well, we're not flanked, and we've seen 2 Advent. So they hopefully shouldn't be too hard to take out. I don't think we're going to get close enough to them to activate. Don't really have any good spots for people to get in, which is a little bit of a problem. Let's go ahead and put Afro up there. Didn't activate them. Good. Let's take Azumo. Let's go and put Azumo up here into this half cover. And we will use you with your Gremlin heal on Azumo, because he's got the lowest health.
Go help him out.
There we go. Nearly back to full now. You do still have another ability you can do. And these guys are both still poisoned? How long does that last? Marbazir's got the least health, and he's been poisoned the longest, so I think using it on Marbazir isn't a bad idea. So let's go and heal up Marbazir.
Gremlin, medical detail.
I mean, this is why we brought a healer along, right? So there's Marbs fully healed. So Marbs is going to come up to this cover here. Oh, that was Shadowhawk. That was not who I was trying to move. Marbazir is going to come up to this cover here then. That's interesting. It says that Marbazir is poisoned, even though I thought we removed it. Is it because he's standing next to somebody that's already poisoned? That's kind of crap if that's the case. We've still got those guys there. Not sure if I can get close enough with anybody else to actually hit them though, which is a little bit worrying. Do have another acid grenade. They're going to be well outside of my range. That poison really does limit our movement. Now I really don't want to use a Zumo to pull. How close can you get? You could go and... we can't even see the other one. Let's move forwards a little bit more then. Right, they haven't spotted me. So let's just put you on Overwatch. Let's put you on Overwatch. Marbazir, you are poisoned. Let's just hunker you down. No, actually, I don't want to just hunker you down. I actually want you to move forwards. You need to be in a position to do something. I think if I move... oh, you've already moved. You're on... well, I've put you on Overwatch. Don't really have a lot of good spots for people to go. I'm hoping that's not too far forwards that it will reveal them, and it isn't. Good. Marbazir, you get around this side. And you can hunker down. This poison mechanic is really annoying. Don't have any more heals left. You can't really see anything from there, which means you're in kind of a useless spot. So I will run you around here next to Marbazir. I've got a feeling that's going to be the last group, but I could be wrong. Azumo, I think we'll just Overwatch. I mean, you're right at the back, so you're probably the least useful person to Overwatch. They are coming our way, though, which is good. We have an officer, we have an advanced trooper, and we have ourselves a shield bearer. Unfortunately, I think we have just been spotted.
Took some damage here.
That poison is really annoying.
Oh, no, what's happening?
And now Marbazir is panicking.
He's got it right.
But he's hunkered down. Good. Okay, so... we do now have those three guys. Unfortunately, we're not concealed. We don't really have an awful lot that we could do to them. Well, that's not true, actually. I could go and flashbang all three of them to reveal. We probably should. I'm going to start off with the flashbang there. I know I don't have any Overwatches set up, but most of my people aren't really in a good position to hit them anyway. So we'll see what they do now, and then we'll react to that. So they are going to all sort of spread out and take cover. And we do have some... yeah, looks like poison actually spreads. That's quite annoying. So if you get poisoned, spread people out, I think is the rule here. So you have a 33, a 21 and a 17% chance. Those are all terrible. Lightning Hands is still on cooldown. Well, let's take the 33% chance because 1 in 3 times it's going to get lucky. Not this time, though. Was worth a shot. Literally. Well, at least now we've activated them, so if we've got somebody with grenades, we can get a little bit further forward. We do have an acid grenade. We can't quite reach both of them, but we could. Unfortunately, I can't really get Shadowhawk into any cover, and he could quite easily get flanked. And the problem is because he's got that stupid poison on him. He does have a lot of health. If I move him up there, he's not going to get to take a shot. He's almost certainly going to be flanked from anywhere else that I can move him to, though. We do have an aid protocol we could use on him. Again, not all that useful if you're standing out in the middle of nowhere. You have a normal grenade. Revival's no good. You've got an aid protocol as well. You do have a flanking shot. You've got a 74% shot on that officer. So I guess we're going to take that. And we got a crit, which was only a crit for 5. So this is why we really need to upgrade our weapons, because the current ones are actually quite useless. You've got a 3% chance of hitting. Yeah, that poison's really not helping. Azumo, you can't even see anybody. And again, I've got no cover that I can use here, which is terrible. I don't really want to charge you forwards. Marbazir's still panicked. Well, let's take a big risk. We're going to aid Protocol on to Shadowhawk. I'm going to put Shadowhawk out in the open. I don't think they'll be able to do enough damage to him to kill him. But I need to get him forward to where he can actually use a grenade. Having someone stood out in the open is a really dumb thing to do. How much more range do I need to hit both of them? Like another 3 tiles. If I move him to there, that's only 1 tile. I think we are going to have to sort of move up to here and be right out in the open. Sorry, Shadowhawk, but this is what we've got to do. We can hit both of them, so let's do that. Of course, it's not good having that shield bearer there, but now they've got acid burn going on. Azumo can overwatch in case they do move towards us. And now we'll see what they've got. So they're all probably just going to take shots at Shadowhawk. Some of them will take damage from the acid. Isn't enough to kill any of them, but it's enough to get them really low. No, you didn't get... You've used a move. You're going to actually... Oh, you're just marking me. That's fine. I can probably survive a hit. You're just going to shield everybody. So that's what the shield bearer does. He basically gives everybody an additional 3 hit points. Which shouldn't... I wouldn't have thought... Shouldn't stop the acid. Now, we got hit pretty hard there. I dislike that. But before we consider moving, we'll see what we can do to the rest of them. Fortunately, Shadowhawk is still poisoned. Marbs is still poisoned. And still panicking. Afro is still poisoned. Yep, Marbs is still panicked. Looks like we'll be putting somebody back in onto infirmary duty. You can see a few people. You don't have any grenades. I think we'll obviously move you up to full cover, because it just makes the most sense. We do have a 63% flanking shot on the shield bearer, which we should probably take. It was our highest odds of hitting everybody.
Hard target. Minimal damage.
Unfortunately, shield absorbed a lot of that, but we can probably kill him later on. So, Afro, do you have any shots at anybody? You've got quite a crappy chance of doing anything because you have poison on you. 46% chance. It's almost a coin flip. Good shot, sir. 5 crit straight through his armour. Now, it is quite possible that these 2 guys will die from the acid burn on their next turn. Their shields are now removed anyway, so that sorts one problem out. Azumo has a 36% shot, which is not great. You have a 35% shot, which is not great. Marbs is still panicked. I can't get you into any decent... Actually, I can get you into cover over there. Please don't be another group on this side of the map. Well, if there is, we didn't pull one. Do have a grenade. Well, we might as well guarantee a kill where we can. You are killed, sir. Promotion earned. Now, the problem we've got there is that guy, and I can't really get to him because of the acid. And that wouldn't quite be flanking. I'm just trying to see if it's at all possible to get a melee kill without going through all of the acid. And indeed it is. There is a chance it'll miss. There's also a chance I'll pull another group. Well, we got the kill.
Good riddance. Status confirmed.
Brilliant. Okay, we've sorted that out. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Even though we've just activated a turret, but that doesn't really count. So, 5 soldiers wounded, which is pretty bad. That was sloppy. 80% successful shot percentage, though. That was the most under fire. Yeah, not one of our best missions, but we set out what we... You know, we achieved what we set out to do. We are going to need to get some people healed up, though. Oh, power relay facilities provide a +10 increase to power when built on top of a power coil. Wow, so that's significant then. Very significant. Okay. So, let's go and check out the results from that. As soon as it decides to load in for us. So we got a couple of promotions out of that, I think. And a couple of injuries again. I think most people were injured. Only one person came back from that mission not injured. Afro, you're only lightly injured. So, two really nice things we've got here. Death from above. Killing an enemy at a lower elevation with your sniper rifle costs only a single action and does not end your turn. So you can essentially get 2 shots with your sniper rifle. Downside of that is we don't usually use the high ground all that much, so I think quick draw is going to be much better. Firing your pistol with your first action no longer ends your turn. So basically what you can do is you can fight. If you take quick draw, you can use quick draw on your first turn. It'll use 1 action and fire your pistol. You can then use lightning hands, which will give you a firing with your pistol that doesn't cost you an action, and then you've still got 1 action left and you can fire your pistol. So you can actually fire your pistol 3 times in 1 turn, which is really, really good for a gunslinger. So that is what we're going to be doing for Afro. And Gizmo did actually get promoted. We are going to give you Field Medic because it'll give you 2 extra charges of the Medikit. So in total you'll have 4 because he has the 1 charge from the Medikit, he has the additional charge from the Gremlin, and then he'll get the 2 additional charges from Field Medic. We've already seen Scanning Protocol before because we've got that on Azumo. No one had any hidden abilities right there. We got a couple of Muton corpses, a couple of Shield Bearer corpses, Viper corpses, Officer, 149 supplies. I was hoping possibly for a little bit more, but we take what we can get. Azumo is now shaken, that's very unfortunate. But Gizmo has recovered. Unfortunately, Marbs has not. Now, clearing that machinery is going to take 2 days. What we are going to do is quickly just unassign 1 of the engineer slots. It will now take 4 days, but we are going to go into the Advanced Warfare Centre and put an engineer in there because we have quite a few people who are on low health, and by quite a few people, like half the flipping team. Let's just have a quick look at the soldiers and see who we have in there. So yeah, we've got a fair few. Shadowhawk, Shadowhawk actually got a promotion. I seem to miss that somehow. He's going to be out for 8 days, which is the longest. Oh no, actually, Kyle's going to be out for 9. Shadowhawk then, you have the option of Volatile Mix. Your grenades have an increased radius of 1 tile and deal +2 damage, or Chain Shot. Take a shot with an aim penalty of 15. If you hit the target, you take another shot on that target automatically. Nice ability, but I think Shadowhawk is more of a blowy up type person, so we're going to go with Volatile Mix. Now, just before we end this video, we are going to go into engineering and see if we can not buy the better weapons. Because we have 208 supplies now. Weapons. So the magnetic rifle is 125 supplies and 10 alien alloys. We are going to get those. And we can also get the shard gun. So we're going to get that. So it does leave us a little bit short for the pistol, but that's actually not too bad. We've now got upgraded weapons for our troopers, and that is something I like a lot.
A few more recruits who can handle a wrench. I could use the help.
But yeah, I think once we've got this alien machinery clear, before we build anything else, we need to build a communication centre so we can get some more contacts and go and complete some more of the storyline missions. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of XCOM 2. I'll see you next time. And until then, goodbye for now.